we're proposing to do here is actually do survey, like a detailed survey of that area, so we can chase it all the way down to the south, find out where we can outlet the pipe, and then also look at just how much stormwater is there. The school has built, one or two detention ponds. They built one now, and they've got a second one they're planning on. And then we'd also look at, as part of the study, potential detention pond there somewhere to the south as well, so that we're just not dumping a bunch of water into the creek that heads off to the east, which I understand there's some other drainage issues further east, so we don't want to make that any worse. So that's what this contract is for, is doing that study, and then the topo. And then the topo would be there available, so the next step would be the design of the storm sewer detention, and we'd have the topo done, so we'd be able to move into that design phase.
Can I give just a little more detail? Maybe the public knows this. For the public, I think we all know that. It's the area behind the A&W, south of that, and maybe the public knows that, but we're talking about, and it's in the southwest, so.
What, the old stables, was that?
Where the racetrack.
The racetrack
used to be
there.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
the public, you know, like, wasn't sure where the second street was, yeah. Thank you, though.
At 17th Avenue and Allerton Avenue and 2nd Street, that whole area. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
What kind of money are we talking about?
It's what, 20,000
Just for the study?
for the study and the topo.
Oh, we don't get the sewer for that.
That'd be nice.
Be a good sewer. Wish and pray.
When you're working on this, we've also along First Street, this doesn't include taking into consideration how to get rid of some of that water that's coming off First Street going south?
If you look at the drainage area, can I kind of point at the picture up there? Can I give you an idea? All right. So the water. So here's kind of where we're looking at outletting, and there's an existing ditch here. Here's the street, and then the two current outlets. The water is basically from this street, kind of these two blocks down, is kind of the drainage area. You know, anything outside of that doesn't really affect this area. And then there's a storm sewer system on First that does take things away. Does that kind of help?
Well,
so we're really not looking either
Well, I
further
guess
east
I'm just
or west.
in the long run of the project, running, there's a ditch that goes in front of like Subway and that area. And that tends to fill up, and we get problems with water there. And I guess I don't want to start one project and then find out that we ignored all of this water that is in this ditch on the east-west side of First Street.
The study's going to include all of this.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, and
All
that's,
of that north,
okay.
First Street, up 2 blocks up to, whatever that is. I don't know what it is, anyway. Up north of First Street and then south, all the way down towards
Okay.
the.
I just wanted to make sure we took in the whole watershed area.
Yeah.
Right, and exactly. What's outlined there is the watershed for that. Anything outside of that boundary goes somewhere else.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. May I have a motion to adopt this resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Hill, seconded by?
I'll second it.
Second by Brown. Roll call, please.
Vaughn,
No.
Hill,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Linus.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Number 5, motion to adopt a resolution approving the engineering service agreement between the City of Independence and Venster and Kim Incorporated to provide professional services for the 2015 street approval. Glad you're staying up there.
This project, we've been meeting with the Public Works Committee, had 2 or 3 meetings, 2 here recently, kind of going through the scope, what the city wanted to accomplish. Included within this, and I believe all of you have the PDFs on your